Yo, what is going on, you guys? So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be talking about football cards. So as you guys know, football cards are on the rise right now. It's kind of like the new hot sport. Soccer had just had its time, and now football is really starting to heat up as the season comes closer. So I will be basically going over 5 football cards I believe you guys should buy before the season starts. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program where I basically show you guys everything I'm investing in. 10 sports cards I believe will go up every week, some cards I believe should be sold every week, and then 3 long-term underground NBA investments. So lately, we've been absolutely killing it. We've been making around 60% return on our money every few weeks. So definitely, we've been finding the new kind of, trends in the market. So before 2012 Prism basketball got very iconic, we were able to predict that it would get iconic because as Prism kept growing, we saw a lot of movement in first-year cards, and we believe that first-year Prism would skyrocket, and sure enough it did, and we made a lot of money with that. We predicted basketball centers, such as Nikola Jokic would go up when they were super cheap, because we predicted that when the market continues to grow, that obviously people will start to look to centers. You could get this Nikola Jokic for just like $60 just a few months ago. So, centers took off. We found that trend. We made a lot of money with that trend, and now we've got some new trends that we believe will start to happen over the next few months. So if you guys would like to join in on the membership group, it is $6.99 for the month or $40 for the year. But if you guys are from YouTube, obviously you guys are, you can use code YouTube for 10% off the yearly memberships. So my website, sportscardsinvest.com, link should be down below. I also launched my consulting service, so you guys could get one-on-one phone calls with me for a charge. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card we have that I believe will go up a lot is Christian McCaffrey's Optic PSA 10. So if you guys do not know, obviously McCaffrey is one of the best players in the league, probably the best running back in the NFL, and his prisms have gone through the roof. His prisms have been going up a lot, and I believe his optics are next. So his prisms, PSA 10, I believe, is over $800 now. I've been telling my members to buy this card since they're around $200, and recently they've been selling for around $800 to $850. So definitely these have been on the rise. This is the best running back in the league, and he can also, get some yards as a receiver. So definitely, McCaffrey is the guy to go to, and his prisms have gone up a lot. I predict his optics will be going up next. Obviously, football and Optic is starting to kind of gain some traction, I've been realizing, because before Optic and football cards did not get along, but recently, the market has been going to Optic, and most recently, this one sold for around $350. For an Optic PSA 10, so definitely I think this one will continue to rise over time. You can get them raw for very cheap, which is definitely a great deal because they grade very well. I definitely really like the raw and the PSA 10, whatever fits your guys' budget. But yeah, Optic and Optic Hollow is very underpriced as well. I think McCaffrey's Optic Hollow will go up a lot over time if he can have a good season. Obviously, what happens is, fantasy football players are starting to move into sports cards, and they're going for those top running backs and receivers, and that's what's causing these prices to rise. So in this video, I'm mainly focusing on receivers and running backs because quarterbacks were already super expensive. They are still going up, but quarterbacks are very expensive. I think running backs and receivers have a lot of room to go up a lot more. So definitely, next up, we do have Saquon Barclays Optic PSA 10. As you guys know, I'm really liking Optic just because the value and the difference between the Optic and the Prism prices are too high. So I definitely think this has a lot of room to go up. Saquon's Optic PSA 10 is roughly $200. It's a very good time to buy, honestly. Saquon's one of the best running backs in the league. He's in a huge market in New York. The Giants have a huge fan base. He's basically on the Knicks for football. So definitely, so much hype around them. I think the Giants could be decent next season, and Saquon is a beast. I think he will have many great years to come. Still so young, so I definitely really like his potential, and I think his cards are quite cheap for, the player he is and the potential he has. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is Mike Evans. His tops and tops chrome rookies are super cheap. And Mike Evans is on the Buccaneers. They have Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski. There's so much hype around the Buccaneers, and Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in the NFL. So, I definitely can see these moving up quite a lot. They're just like $7 for a raw Mike Evans tops chrome rookie. I think this is a great deal in my opinion. I think this will go up a lot over the season if he can have some big games. Literally, this is, Mike Evans is going to be a top pick in people's fantasy drafts, and what happens when that, obviously with fantasy drafts, a lot of fantasy players buying into the card market, this is a great deal, a great value pick that could potentially pay off big time. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is obviously one of the best, running backs in the league. I think he, obviously he's very undervalued in my opinion. Honestly, I think he has a lot of potential to go up this season. His Prism is the same year as Christian McCaffrey. You can get his silvers for just around $30 raw, and I believe they have a lot of room to go up. Honestly, I would personally buy raw for Dalvin Cook, just because there's not too many gradeds out there and you end up overpaying. But yeah, Dalvin Cook has a lot of potential to have a great season, this coming season. And I think, the hype around him, the Saints and everything, I think he will have a good opportunity to go up quite a lot. But without further ado, we're going to move on to his teammate, Michael Thomas. Best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. Michael Thomas is very undervalued, in my opinion. He's the best receiver. The Saints, always very good. I believe you can get him for around $800 at a PSA 10. I think Thomas has a lot of room to still go up. I definitely really like Michael Thomas's cards for an investment this season. I think they will continue to go up. The pop report on these is quite low. So definitely, best receiver in the NFL, low pop. These have been going up a lot recently, as have other NFL receivers and, running backs, because, the league is kind of getting hit by storm. And the market for, NFL has been rising lately. So definitely, I think it's a great time to get in. Another honorable mention, Rob Gronkowski. Everyone's super hyped to see him play again. I personally don't know how good he will be, but, just with the icon he is, he's on TV commercials. He's one of the most liked players in the NFL. I think he can really go up a lot more if he can, have some big games. I think, obviously, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Brady, Gronk, and Evans, you can see some big price increases if they play well. So, yeah. That has pretty much been the video. Let me know if you guys want some more football videos. I know I got it requested quite a bit on my last video, so I decided to make this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys are interested in my Sports Card Invest membership program, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code YouTube for 10% off the yearly memberships. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm out. Peace.